Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Priya Prehar, Assistant Professor. I extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries and our learners on behalf of Center for Distance and Online Education, VGU, Jaipur. We are gathered here for expert talk on spirituality, ethics, and value education. So, learners, in this session, you will receive a participation certificate, but for this, you should be present during the session, and at the end of the session you will get a feedback form. So it is mandatory to fill this feedback form because it will help to fetch your details and for the participation certificates. Today we have an internationally renowned lifestyle and leadership coach with us, Corp Guru, Mr. Nanwani, former director of Hindustan Unilever Limited. He also known as Prabhu Madan Govind Das ji. I show my gratitude to Mr. Munish Nanwani ji for accepting our request to address our learners. Mr. Munish Nanwani has an experience of 15 plus years in multinational companies, namely Johnson& Johnson, Hindustan Unilever Limited, Unilever Sri Lanka, and Unilever Indonesia. He has also served as a former principal of Corporate Advisory Group, IIM Udaipur, and has knowledge in depth of traditional wisdom, literature, and present them beautifully according to modern world. He has impacted young generations with his insight into spirituality and life skills. Now, moving along to our sessions, please welcome Prabhu Madan Govind Das ji, who will talk about the spirituality, ethics, and value education. Sir, it's our privilege to have you here. Kindly address our learner.
Yeah, very good afternoon, everyone. But I don't have the option to switch on my video. Do I need some permission for that?
Sir, now check, sir. There is a share screen.
Sorry, I can't see that panel to switch on my video.
Just give me a minute. We are switching it on.
Yeah, sure. Yes, thank you very much. All right. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does everyone have the option of switching on their videos?
No, they don't have, but we can if
Yeah, that'll be
required.
nice, then it'll become more personal. Otherwise, it'll be very impersonal discussion.
Okay. Pankaj, please allow everyone.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, now I can connect. Thank you very much. Should I start or will I get some idea about the audience here?
Majority of audiences, sir, who are going to pursue their masters as well as undergraduation with us, Vivekananda Global University, in management programs, computer application, humanities, and mathematics. So most of them are going to start their online learning journey with us. So we thought of that once they are going to start this journey, we have these kind of sessions which can build their rapport, make them more understand about the concept which they are going to go through in. So variety of age group you will find, because this is an online education journey. So people who are having some experience, fresher, corporate professionals, all of them are here. So the age group from 16 to 40, 45, maybe 50 in some cases, you'll have that variety of audience here.
Thank you, Dr. Arvind.
Yeah.
So I've been asked to give you a perspective on spirituality. And spirituality is a little subtle subject. Yeah, not very gross like what we study in schools and colleges. So you have to be very attentive while you are present in class. Is that a reasonable expectation? Okay. So we'll recite a very simple prayer to invoke auspiciousness, and then we'll start the session. Okay. Om Agyan Mirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurivani Pacharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta. Okay. So let me share a presentation, then I'll take you through the same. So the title of today's session is Pathway to Happiness, which not everybody is aware of. We'll try to reveal the secret today to everybody. So let me ask a very simple question to all of you, and you can answer in the chat box. Okay. What is the goal of your life? Very simple question. You can write in chat box. Can they write in chat box?
Yes, yes.
Okay. It should be on the top of your mind. Don't take too much of time. To become successful in life, be happy, to earn wealth, to become successful, to be happy, happiness, humble person, to be happy, make my parents proud, successful person, to live a life without any stress, to drive BMW by 2025. Okay, to make my parents proud, to become billionaire, to be happy and earn money, satisfaction in life. Thank you. I got the idea what kind of goals you have. Thank you. So if you analyze these statements very carefully, practically everybody is looking for one thing only in their respective lives. While somebody may say, I want to drive BMW, somebody may say, I want to become a billionaire, somebody may say, I want to be successful. Eventually, why you want to drive BMW? Because you will get happiness out of driving BMW. Why you want to become successful in life? Because you will feel happy when you become successful. So everybody eventually has one goal, not many goals. You can ask your questions later on, okay? You can park your questions, and towards the end of the session, you can ask your question. Okay, I can see somebody raised his hand. So everybody actually has one single goal, not many goals. Different goals you mentioned, they are simply means to get to this final goal. And this final goal, you will appreciate and agree with me, is to become happy. Yeah, everybody is looking for happiness. Means could be different. Paths could be different. But eventually you want to get there. Anandamayo abhyasa. Ananda. Right? You want to get married because you feel you'll get happy after getting married. You want children, you feel you'll be happy after you have children. You want to get a good package in your job, you feel you'll be happy once you get a good package. You want to buy a new house, you feel after you enter a new house, you'll become happy. Correct? So eventually, different people search happiness in different things. Somebody, as you mentioned, one of you mentioned, you want to become a billionaire. So one becomes happy when he is rich enough. One becomes happy when he gets food to his taste, isn't it? And we have enough, food chains these days in the modern age to bring happiness about eating. One feels happy if he is able to build a nice home in his lifetime. Yeah, bungalow. One is happy if you get an association with your friends and you drink together in a pub, in a restaurant. Somebody feels happy, when one is able to decorate one's face with different types of cosmetic. One feels happy if you're able to get different variety of dresses. Yeah. One may feel happy if you go for a dance, in a pub, yeah, association with friends. Or we have different variety of entertainment these days to bring happiness, different types of social media we have these days. So as in when we make some progress, material progress, we have new different means to become happy. Yeah. But the contrary to what we are searching for, as Ray Bradbury said, he said, we have everything we need to be happy. We have a big house, we have a big car, we have a very respectable job, we have a wonderful package, we have family, we have children, we have friends, but still we are not happy. Something is missing. This is a statement which is given after, talking to different people from different walks of life, asking them to share their experiences about their, lives. And eventually, everybody comes to the same conclusion that even though I have, gathered everything I wanted in my life, but still something is missing. Still, I don't feel happy about my life. I don't feel happy about the possessions I have gathered. Yeah. There was a radio interview of one of these 8 gentlemen, the world's richest people. I think he was the second or the third person. There was this radio interview going on, and the radio jockey asked him, very simple question. He asked him, if God appears in this studio, listen carefully. If God right away appears in the studio, what would you like to ask him? What would you like to ask? Any guess? What did he ask? Any guess what he would have asked? The most richest person, in the entire, what he would have asked? Peace. Okay. Any other guesses? More life. I want to live more. Okay. Knowledge. What future? Immortality. So the only one thing he asked, yes, right, happiness. He said, I just wish I get few moments of happiness. Few moments of happiness. This is the kind of lifestyle we have in the modern age today, that we struggle hard to get even a few moments of happiness. So one has to investigate and find out what is the root cause behind this. While we have made a lot of progress externally, we have conquered outer space. We claim even to now having reached moon or different other satellites, different other planets. But we have not even started our journey in our inner space. Yeah. There's the external space, there's the inner space. So we have conquered, we have made a lot of material, visible progress in our external life, but we hardly have made any progress in our internal life. And this session is to throw some light on what exactly is this journey. On the contrary, and I'll prove it, in the next few slides. On the contrary, more we generate, create, innovate, different means of so-called happiness, more and more we become miserable. Yeah. And we'll see. Whatever we do, after some time, it comes back as a misery. We try to, generate something, innovate something to derive some happiness, but eventually it becomes a cause, a source of misery. There is this American author. Yeah. He wrote this book on the current state of American life. Apparently, we all will agree America has made the most progress materially in terms of different comforts which can provide us happiness. And the title of this book is The American Paradox: Spiritual Hunger in an Age of Plenty. So in this age, we have plenty of means to become happy, but still we are hungry for happiness. Why? Which hunger is causing this hunger for happiness? This is spiritual hunger. Yeah. Spiritual hunger in the age of plenty. And let me share some very astonishing statistics with you. These are from America, which is supposed to be a developed country. They're supposed to be happy with all the means of happiness they've discovered. The divorce rate in America has been doubled in the last few years. The teen suicide rate has become tripled in the last 3 years. The recorded violent crime rate has quadrupled. It become 4 times in the last few years. The prison population, means crime, has become 5 times in the last few years. The number of illegitimate children, it means illicit relationships, have become 6 times in the last few years. Depression has become 10 times in the last few years. And this is the state of a country, so-called developed country. We're supposed to be very happy, supposed to be very peaceful, but they're struggling to discover peace. They're struggling hard to become happy. There must be a very strong reason behind this. Something is missing. Looking at the statistics, it looks like we have won the war, but lost the battle. We have won the war in terms of creating many means to become happy, but still we are searching for happiness. Yeah, let's see how exactly we have harmed ourselves. We have caused so much of damage to ourselves. We have damaged what is actually necessary to survive. Yeah, you can survive without a mobile. You can survive without a big house, but you can't survive without a fresh air, isn't it? You can't survive without a fresh water, a clean water. Yeah. So while we make so much of progress, we have been damaging our ecosystem in terms of water pollution, global warming, air pollution. Yeah. We have damaged our relationships. This used to be a picture in the older times when a family get together, they click a photograph, and the picture looked like this, which has 20, 30 members, which means earlier our Sanskriti was to have joint families with different family members, they stay together, irrespective of whatever, differences they may have in terms of opinions, but still they stay together. And then gradually, this joint families became nuclear families. Only husband, wife, maybe one child, maybe two childs. And as and when we made more progress, this nuclear family system became atomic family system. On the same bed, husband, wife, they don't talk to each other. They're two different families on the same bed. Everybody is busy with their respective mobile phones. This is the journey we have traveled in the last few decades, from a family of, maybe 20, 30 people as a joint family. Now everybody is busy with their own life. They don't have time to even talk to each other and hurting relationships very badly. And statistics, as I shared, is what they talk about. And when they don't get love, in the family, from family members, they look for this in social media. Somebody feels loved when somebody gets, a lot of likes, on the message he has posted or picture he has posted. But the real love, you feel it, you see it, you show it, but the fake love is just words, just likes, right? We feel very depressed if we don't get enough likes, because we don't get, love from people. We look for love from objects. Yeah, it's not going to work in the long run. Damaging our value system. Yeah, you can't sit with the children and watch television or cinema these days. Yeah, so much of violence, so much of sex is visible, and children are being exposed right from their early ages to this nonsense. Yeah, destroying the very value system which sometime India felt very proud of. This is our current generation children. Damaging our humanity. There was never a time, in earlier olden times when we had slaughterhouses. Mercilessly we kill and eat, isn't it? This is the state of modern age in the current times. Damaging equal opportunity for all. The 10% people have almost 80% of the wealth. And the 60% of people have just 4.7% wealth. Why is there so much of discrimination? No, this title, this Times, they published, this magazine. And the very title of this magazine was the me generation. Selfish society. Everybody in the current society is becoming more and more self-centric, only worried about his personal happiness. It is a self-centered. The selfie culture itself can reflect the same self-centered society. Everybody is more worried about his own quota of happiness, not too much of concern about the society, about other people in society, about our family members, more self-centered. So instead of happiness, all these problems in the current modern age are increasing, as we saw when we went through the American statistics. Anxiety, phobia, stress, shame, depression, panic. All these anomalies are becoming an integral part of our current society, unfortunately. Yeah. Now I'll show you one video, which will demonstrate the kind of decline we had over 4 yugas. Do you know what are the 4 yugas we have and in which yuga we are currently? Quickly. If you could name Satyuga, very good. Kali Yuga, okay. What else? Other 2 yugas, if you know the names. Quickly. Yes, Satyuga, Kali Yuga. What else? Oh. Dwapar Yuga, okay. Treta Yuga. There is no Veda Yuga. Okay, there are 4 yugas. Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Now I'm going to share a very small video which will show you how society has declined over the last 4 yugas. Okay. Just hold on. I'll share one video with you. Here. Listen to this very carefully. Just one second. Let me share the sound.
Sir, while sharing, you need to click to the share the system sound.
Yes, I've done that.
Let us
Can you
first
hear audio
understand
now?
the number of
Can you hear
years
the
in
audio?
each Mahayuga and the number of years
Can you hear the audio of the video?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
for each yuga. A Mahayuga is comprising of 4,320,000 Earth years, of which Satya Yuga comprised of 1,728,000 Earth years, Treta Yuga comprised of 1,296,000, Dwapara Yuga comprised of 864,000 years and Kali Yuga comprised of 432,000 years. So as per calculation, Satya Yuga was 40% of Mahayuga, Treta Yuga was 30%, Dwapara Yuga was 20% and Kali Yuga is only 10%. Going by this theory, the lifespan of the human being also reduced as the yugas passed, and that also affected the average height of the human being. Ancient way of calculating was cubit. A cubit is a unit based on the forearm length from the tip of the middle finger to the bottom of the elbow.
Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga was the era when human beings were in the purest form. People were honest and truthful. There was no religion or caste system. There was no disease or any natural disaster. It is believed that an average human being was alive for 100,000 years. Humans were gigantic, powerfully built, handsome, honest, youthful, vigorous, erudite and virtuous. As the name implies, beings of this age were truthful and free from selfish desires, lust, anger, pride, greed and envy. They lived virtuously and adhered to Dharma. They are believed to have an average height of 21 cubits, which is approximately 31.5 feet. The gateway of India is 26 meters, which is approximately 85 feet. If we compare the height, then the height of a human from that yuga would be 1/3 of the structure.
Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga, which was the age of virtue and wisdom. Wars became frequent. Weather began to change. Oceans and deserts were formed. The average human lifespan was 10,000 years. Beings in this age still retained much of their purity and divine qualities and could enter the subtle worlds to communicate with gods. At the same time, due to the presence of impurities, they lost awareness of their bliss bodies, which subjected beings to suffering and delusion. They are believed to have an average height of 14 cubits, which is approximately 21 feet. Comparing with the gateway of India, the human would have been 1/4.
Dwapara Yuga. Dwapara Yuga was the age in which humans developed both divine and demonic qualities. Deities were more rampant and the Vedas were divided into 4 parts. In Dwapara Yuga, human believed to have lived for 1,000 years. Human became susceptible to emotions, feelings, egoism, delusion, pride and selfishness. Beings were still virtuous, but had their own weaknesses. The average height of human was believed to be 7 cubits, which is approximately 10.5 feet. They were just 1/8 of gateway of India.
Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, or the age of gross materialism. People became sinners and lack virtue. Knowledge is lost and scriptures diminished. Human eat forbidden and dirty food and engage in unrestrained sinful sexual practices. Human in this yuga has an average lifespan of 100 years. We can see that in today's world most people are obsessed with their bodies, looks, names and forms, while they are motivated by sexual desires, worldly possessions and sense gratification. people became sinners and lacked virtue. Average height in this yuga is 3.5 cubits, which is approximately 5.25 feet. We are just 1/16th of the gateway of India.
Robert Pershing Wadlow, famously known as Giant of Illinois, from United States of America, is the tallest man known. If we compare his height to Gateway of India, he would have been 1/10 of the total height. He was 5.94 cubits or 8.92 feet. If we compare the height of human from different yugas, we see a gradual decline in the average age of human and also the average height of the human.
So what do you think are the reasons for this decline? Hmm? Yeah. What do you think are the reasons for the decline? You burn the worst sugar, okay? But I'm asking a very specific question. What are the reasons for our habits? Okay. Nature is continuously changing. One, okay. The more impurities, greed, selfishness, desires, environment is changing. Adaptation, okay. There's one single reason. There's one single reason. Is decline in spiritual inclination, decline in dharma, decline in spiritual vision, spiritual perspective. That is the only reason. That's why you see this decline from 1,100,000 years of lifetime Satyuga to just 100 years. What a sharp decline in terms of height from 21 cubits, it's around 32 feet to almost 5 feet. What a sharp, deadly decline in the last 4 yugas. As I mentioned, as and when dharma declines, our age also declines. Our values also decline. Our mental health, our physical health also decline. So there is a strong correlation between level of spiritual life we live and our overall well-being in terms of physical, mental, and spiritual. Yeah. So we cannot do away with this relationship. We cannot ignore this relationship. That's why spirituality is not a choice. Spirituality is a very important necessity of life. We can't afford to ignore it. And I'm very happy that this institute has kept this session right in the beginning of your this course, whatever course you're doing, MBA or whatever course you're doing, to build a very strong perspective before you enter into real material life, into corporate life, into business life. And so that you can see things as they are in the right perspective. Okay. Now, next question is, so much of material progress and still we are struggling with physical, mental problems. Yeah. As I mentioned, the only way to find out what is the root cause of this decline is having a spiritual perspective, having a spiritual vision, which is beyond material vision, which may be even 20 by 20. To see things from a different perspective. And today, in the next few slides, my objective is to give you that perspective. to give you this, 3D glasses, 5D glasses, or 12D glasses, or whatever you may call this, to see things from spiritual perspective. Now, as of now, we see things from material perspective. Now we'll try to, wear these spiritual glasses and see why we ended up in this messy situation, this miserable, life. Yeah. Are you able to follow so far? Just need few hands up. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? Or is going beyond your head? Just give me some assurance. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? Okay, few more yeses. I can see some. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead. Now let's see a spiritual perspective to this. In Bhagavad Gita, very ancient scripture, in which the knowledge which is given by Krishna is eternal. Eternal means it was relevant that time. It is relevant now, and it will remain relevant in the times to come. Yeah. According to Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, 5th number verse, Krishna defines the nature of this material world. Like nature of water is what? Liquidity. Yeah. Nature of sugar is what? Sweetness. Similarly, nature of this material world in which we live is defined as dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Ashashvatam means everything in this material world Sorry. Are you able to hear me? I'm not sure what the problem is.
Yes.
Okay. Let me share something. So I was telling you that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna defines the nature of this material world as dukkhalayam ashashvatam, which means everything in this material world is temporary, asthai. What makes everything temporary? Kalaha, or time, or samay. I was giving example of this apple. I think you lost it because of internet connection. If you keep a fresh apple today, after 2 days, you see a rotten apple like this. So time made this apple what? Perishable. And this is true for everything around us. You look around in your room. You look around in your surroundings. Everything you'll find having the same nature, whether it is house or car or even physical relationship, they are perishable. Yeah. So the 3 characteristics I'm going to tell you of this material world. Remember these 3 keywords. One is material things being changeable and perishable. They cannot give lasting happiness. You all agree? Anything you buy new, it'll give you happiness for a day, 2 days, 5 days. After some time, the same thing stops giving you happiness. It becomes to the extent that you want to get rid of. Suppose you have a new car. Yeah. And the kind of happiness derived from new car on the day 1, do you get the same happiness on the day 100, for example? Please tell me. No. You build a new house. You spent, billions of money on that new house. the kind of happiness gives you on day one, will the same house give you same happiness on day, maybe after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? No. Okay. So like this, you analyze everything around you, you'll get the same nature. So everything in material world is perishable, changeable. Second, all material pleasures are dual in nature. They give short-term pleasure, long-term misery. Duality means if you're looking for happiness in this life, you necessarily have to go through sorrow. If you're looking for profit in this material world, necessarily you have to suffer losses. Man, apman, dukh, sukh, or labh, hani. The duality is the nature of this material world. If you're getting a good, profit in business, you will not continue to get the same profit ever. There'll be times you suffer losses. People respect you many times, but it is not true forever. Many times people disrespect you also. Yes or no? Sometimes you feel happy. No, it is not eternal. You feel sad about many things in this material life. Yeah. So it is not, this is the nature of the material world. This is called dvanda or duality. And the third, all worldly things are relative. Something which is good for one is not good for another person. You're familiar with, Bombay rains. When rains come in Bombay, somebody becomes very happy. Who becomes very happy? Yes, Sakshi. So on winning. Yes. You can unmute yourself. Just try. No. Okay. So who becomes very happy? People who sell umbrella. They become very happy. Their business multiplies many times. It grows exponentially. But who is miserable during the same rain? Somebody is miserable. People who stay on the streets, on the roadside, their life is miserable. If somebody is, you are from people are doing MBA also. Somebody is, for example, getting high market share. Yeah, somebody is losing market share. Yes, for somebody is, food, for somebody is poison. That is true for everything. Auspicious of someone, but inauspicious of somebody else. So this is the nature. Remember these three key words: perishable, dual, and relative. You try this on anything, everything in this material world, you'll find the same characteristics. Okay. So remember, this material world is stamped as Dukhalaya. Alaya means house, like, Pustakale means house of books. Anathale means house of orphans. So Dukhalaya means house of miseries. There is no dearth of miseries in this material. Okay. Why? This is the root cause. Take example of this fish. हम बचपन में एक पोएम बोलते थे, मछली जल की रानी है, जीवन उसका पानी है, हाथ लगाओगे तो डर जाएगी, बाहर निकालोगे तो मर जाएगी. Correct? So it is natural for fish to be happy when inside water. Correct? But the moment you take out this fish out of water, fish becomes miserable. Why? This is unnatural for fish to remain out of water. Now, somebody who is a gross materialist, he may think, oh, no, let me try making fish happy by giving, wonderful, delicious food items or ornaments or different variety of material comforts. But do you think even after getting all the material comforts, this fish will become happy while fish is out of water? What do you think? No. Why? When you're living an unnatural life, nothing can make you happy. The only thing which can make you happy is to come back to the natural state of your existence. The only way to make this fish happy is to put it back inside the water. Don't give material comforts. Just put the fish back inside water and fish is thriving. Fish is dancing inside the water. Very happy. Yeah. So despite so many material comforts in this material world, after so much of material advancement we have made, practically every comfort we have available, in our life, but still mentally we are unhappy. Yeah. We feel some heart is vacant, something is missing. There is no satisfaction, there is no contentment, there is no natural joy on our faces, inside our heart. Always searching for something. Yes or no? सब कुछ मिलने के बाद भी हम ढूंढते रहते हैं. Somebody who has become billionaire, he's still searching. He's still not happy. He is still not able to take rest. After he becomes billionaire, he starts working 14 hours a day. Earlier he was working 8 hours a day. Now he's working 14 hours a day to maintain what he's accumulated. Life is even more miserable. So try to understand what I'm saying. It means if we have to become happy, in the beginning we discussed, everybody's goal of life is to become happy. If we have to become happy, we have to figure out what is that natural state for me. Yes or no? The only way to discover our lost happiness is to discover our lost natural state of our existence. Are you with me? Few thumbs up will give me confidence. Few yeses will give me confidence. Are you with me so far? What I'm saying, are you able to connect with, relate with? Yeah. Okay. Very happy to see you all are hearing it very attentively. Okay. Now the next job is to figure out what is the natural state for all of us as living entities. Okay. So unnatural life is suffering, as I discussed, correct? Like for fish. Now we'll try to figure out, what is the password for happiness is to figure out what is our natural state of life. And that journey we have to travel within. You will not find this outside. Okay, as I mentioned, we have conquered outer space, a lot of material achievements, still not happy. Now you try something with it. Right? Which means what? Your happiness or peace of mind is not a function of what you possess materially. Can somebody repeat what I said? Quickly. In chat box, what I said. Quickly, let me see who can write fast.
Sir, chat is disabled.
The chat is disabled. Okay. So how do I get to hear from my audience? It's on now. Okay, go ahead. Quickly. I'm sure you must have written, just say enter. What I said? Spirituality, yeah. What I said exactly? Okay, know your natural state. Okay. What I said, it is very easy for everyone to become happy as it is a state of our inner health, not external health. Okay. Okay, let's see. You have seen this deer who is always searching for something. This is called musk deer. You know? Musk deer has a small, very fragrant object within the musk, within the body of this musk deer. But the whole life, this musk deer is searching. ये सुगंध कहाँ से आ रही, ये खुशबू कहाँ से आ रही, पूरी जिंदगी ये हिरन ढूंढता रहता है, always searching from where this fragrance is coming, from this fragrance. Similarly, everybody is searching for happiness whole life outside, without realizing the happiness actually lies within, not without. Let's see how. And currently, there was this survey done by someone. I don't know who had done this survey. I got the output. How much do you value the following happiness questions? Okay. The highly rated were emotional, physical, social, intellectual, but hardly people rated spiritual as the most important happiness question. It also reflects that our search for happiness is outside, not inside. Yeah, what I mentioned is also proved statistically. Okay. Now let me ask question. You'll see some pictures in the next few slides. What decides a value of the hair? You have two pictures in front of you. When hair is valuable, in the first picture or the second picture? And why? First, natural state. Okay. What is the natural state of the hair? Wonderful. What is the natural state in the first picture? What is the natural state? It's on head, means it's connected to the head. Till the time this hair is connected to your head, it is very valuable. To the extent you take care of your hair very nicely. You apply shampoo, you apply conditioner, you apply hair dry, you do so many things, so many treatments to this hair, as long as this hair is connected to your head in its natural state. But the moment the same hair comes in your burger, where will this hair go? Tell me, what is the destination of this hair? What is the destination of this hair which you find in the burger? Dustbin. Correct? The same hair which you once took care of so nicely, now this hair has a destination of getting into dustbin. Why? Why? It is not connected to its roots. It is not connected to its roots. Let's see second picture. What decides the value of this hand? Same. Till the time hand is connected to the body, it is very valuable. To the extent, if this hand has to be operated, you will tell doctor, I'll give you all my wealth, please protect my hand. But if hand is disconnected from the body, this hand has no value, practically. You see this value of connection, whether it was hair or this hand. Third, we have so many, females in our target audience. They will appreciate how much time they spend on their nails. But when, till the time the nail is connected to the hand. But moment nail is disconnected, it loses value. Okay. This is very familiar example. Till the time a wire is charged, connected, it is valuable. Even while discharged, completely disconnected, it has no value. And very important example is this. This tree is green, lush green, only till the time it is connected to its roots. But the moment it is disconnected, it loses its shine. It becomes dry. Yeah. So there is this connection, which is the underlying theme in all these pictures, which is very, very important. Connection. Let's see what Bhagavad Gita has to speak about this connection. Okay. In Gita, Krishna says, Mamev ansha jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana, manaha shasthani indriyani, prakriti sthani karshati. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Krishna is claiming in Bhagavad Gita that every living entity is my part and parcel. But due to conditioned life, they are struggling, they are miserable. Due to disconnection, they are struggling. And another verse in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, Krishna recites this very, very important verse. I simply read translation. One who is not connected with the Supreme or the roots can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And then he says, Ashantasya kutha sukham. If one is not peaceful, how can he ever experience happiness? Okay, so for us living entities to be peaceful, to be happy, this spiritual connection with the Almighty God is our natural state, is the most important element to decide whether we will be happy or we will be miserable. I, showed you some examples which you can relate with, hair example or nail example. But underlying theme is this connection. If we are part, like, hair is a part of the head and hair is valuable when hair is connected to the head. Similarly, if we are part of, God, Krishna, then we are valuable only till the time we're connected. The moment we're disconnected from our spiritual aspect of life, we become miserable, like fish out of water. So no material opulence can help us become happy or peaceful. And this can be experienced by anyone. So what is the value of human being? Not connected to supreme law. Like, what is the value of hair disconnected from the head? So the difference between materialist and spiritualist is this. Yeah. A materialist is very body conscious. His worries are only bodily comforts. But a spiritualist is soul conscious. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna reveals that our real identity is not material body, but something which is inside the body, which is called soul or Atma. How many have heard about this Atma or soul? How many are aware of this term? Most are aware, at the same time not aware. Aware but not aware. Yeah. So we are essentially not this material body. We're essentially this living entity which is inside our material body, which is called soul. The characteristics of the soul is Sat Chit Ananda. It is eternal, it is full of knowledge, it is blissful. So the soul's nature is to be blissful. Whereas, on the contrary, the nature of body is Asat Achit and Nirananda. Means the nature of body is to give problems, whether in terms of old age, in terms of disease, in terms of death. Source of all problems. But the nature of soul is to give you bliss. The moment you become soul focused or a spiritualist, you start experiencing this bliss in your life. Making sense so far? Yeah? Few thumbs up. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? Quickly. Okay, very nice. Very nice. So we are essentially a spiritual beings. And no amount of material progress can quench our thirst for happiness. Till the time we come back to our natural state. So while we lead material life, we study hard, we go to our respective jobs, or you start a new business. That is important. At the same time, equally important is to stay connected, to lead a very healthy spiritual life. Then you can experience bliss. Else, no. You'll remain like fish out of water. Okay. So, how do we connect back with the Supreme? Through our body, through our mind, through our intelligence. Means doing something practically, engaging. For example, how do we connect intelligence with the Supreme? By reading scriptures like Bhagavad Gita. This is how we intellectually connect with the Supreme. How do we connect mind? By focusing on, by mantra meditation, for example, reciting mantras and meditating on them. How do we connect body? Through different spiritual services. We do it for, the Supreme Lord. So, objective spiritual life is to transform our consciousness from enjoying mentality to service mentality. This is about spiritual life. Your focus is shifted from self to the super self. Yeah, making sense? Spiritual life is all about shifting focus, giving a different perspective. Me. Society to a God-centric society. Okay? And service delivers joy. This mother serves so hard to this newly born baby. Raat bhar jagti hai. Yes or no? Some of you may be mothers and may have experienced this. But in this service, she derives joy. Yes or no? While she is working hard, she's not able to sleep, but still she derives happiness. Yeah. Out of selfless service to the child. This is the formula. Formula of happiness is not taking service, but giving service. Okay. So we have to make our life a God-centered life. We have to bring God back into our center of life. We have to re-establish the connection which we've lost. To bring back our natural state of right. All these scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, they appeared just before advent of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga shuru hone se just pehle Bhagavad Gita appeared. Almost 5,500 years back. Why? It is meant for people of Kali Yuga to reveal this secret, how to become happy, even in this material world, which is called Dukhalaya. So one can experience bliss, happiness, if one is able to establish this connection with the God. Okay. And let me, wind up this session by sharing few statistics, of this handbook called Handbook of Religion and Health. They tried to find correlation between people who follow spiritual practices and their well-being. Okay. And what was their observation? 2-3 slides and then I'll close. People who attended spiritual progress at least once per week lived average 7 years longer than those who did not attend at all. Okay, statistics. In youth, significant less levels of drug and alcohol abuse, premature sexual involvement, criminal and societal tendencies than non-religious counterparts. Okay. So all these dirty habits also start leaving you when you start leading a very healthy spiritual life. Next, in elder people with deep religious faith have deep sense of well-being and satisfaction. So a high SQ means spiritual quotient, faithfulness to God, appears to benefit people of all means, all education levels, and all ages. Okay, so we prove this through scriptures and is also proved through material statistics in terms of tangible benefits one can derive by leading a very healthy spiritual life. Okay, so summary. Any amount of material progress can quench our search for happiness. Okay, our thirst for happiness. Second, eternal happiness can be experienced in all situations of life, not dependent on external possession. Only when we are in our natural position, like fish in water. Okay. Always staying connected with the Supreme Lord, the ultimate controller. So we have to ensure that we are connected all the time to remain green like a tree. So when you're connected to the roots, we become happy. And reading Bhagavad Gita, mantra meditation is the beginning of practical spirituality because we start connecting to our mind, through our body, through our intelligence. Okay? Thank you very much. So we'll have 5 minutes question answer session, and you can also start filling up your feedback forms in the meantime. Okay? Over to you. Thank you very much. So I'm expecting a lot of questions. Asking question is a reflection of intelligence. Let me see.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your insightful words. Now I open forum for Q&A sessions. So we have a few questions. First one is from Ragendra. When problem will come, then what will you able to handle that situation? So how you handle the situations? The question is raised by Ragendra.
Okay, very good. So as I mentioned, problems will come. Okay, this is the nature of this world, right? If you dive into water and expect you will not be wet, is it possible? You dive into water and expect you'll not be wet. That is not possible. So you have dived into this material world, you will face problems, you'll face difficulties, you'll have miserable situation in life. The question is, how do we protect ourselves? That is the question. Correct? Am I right, Dr. Priya?
Yes, sir. Sir, the next question is from
One by one.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My brain is
I'm
very
sorry.
limited capacity. I can answer one question.
No.
Hmm.
So
in when we are young, when a child is born, infant, we normally give infant different types of vaccination. How many of our mothers, and you've gone through this phase, you have given some vaccines to your child when he's very young, she's very young? Yes? टाइफॉइड और कौन सा देते हैं? ऐसे कई प्रकार के इंजेक्शन लगवाते हैं बच्चों को. क्यों लगाते हैं? Any idea? Why do we, give vaccination to when the baby is born? Can they unmute? Now we should allow them to unmute and speak. It'll become more personal.
I hope learners, you can unmute yourself.
Yes. So why do we give vaccination to children? Anyone? वर्षा दवानी जी, क्यों देते हैं बच्चों को हम इंजेक्शंस? You have to unmute yourself. Okay, now try. Yes.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to prevent that kid from the outer diseases, the
Wow.
body is very fragile.
So to develop immunity inside the body so that it is not affected by contamination outside. Correct? To develop immunity. So when we lead a very healthy spiritual life, we develop a very healthy spiritual immunity. So that one is not affected by what is happening outside. So spiritual life elevates our consciousness. Like many of you must have traveled by aeroplane. When aeroplane is on the runway, and you see outside through window, you see big, big buildings. Correct? Am I right? Do you see big buildings? But when this aeroplane is in the sky, and then you see outside, the same building becomes very small. Yes? What happened? Building is same, but it looks very small. Similarly, when you're leading a gross materialistic life, Every problem looks like a big problem, big building. But when you lead a spiritual life, you establish connection with the Supreme, you develop a very higher vision, higher purpose of life, and all the same problems now look very small. It's only state of consciousness, level of consciousness you've elevated through your spiritual interventions. They don't affect you. They exist. Problems will exist, but you don't feel affected. You're not affected. You're not impacted. Why? You've developed a lot of spiritual immunity within you. Make sense? Okay. Thank you. Next question.
The next question is from Jahir Qureshi. He is asking that if we follow the dharma, we can get all the things that we are living in this Satyug, we can get them back if we are following the dharma.
Yes, come again.
If we follow the dharma, can we get all the things back that we have already enjoyed in this Satyug?
Of course. Of course. Why not? See, actually, Kali Yuga has spoiled our lifestyle completely. Completely. Yeah. And our habits, our nature. What are the characteristics of Kali Yuga? You must have seen the video also. People become lusty, people have become greedy, people have become sexually very inclined, people have become short-tempered, no patience, no tolerance, no self-control. It is simply a function of being in an unnatural state of life, not following dharma. Scriptures say, dharma rakshati rakshito. If you protect dharma, dharma will protect you. If you destroy dharma, dharma will destroy you. Very simple. So in countries like, as I mentioned, America, literally dharma is destroyed. And externally they may look very comfortable, within they're hollow. Anyone who has been in US and lived there some time, you'll realize the kind of mental state they have. And we saw some statistics also. So you're able to bring a transformation in our perspective, in our lifestyle, in our, in our vision about this life and about life which come after this. Definitely one can experience the same level of bliss which one would have experienced in Satyuga. You see, spiritualist, you can see different level of aura on people who follow spiritual practices. Yes or no? They look more effulgent. Why? They're in natural state. They're feeling happy all the time. It's about a naishtikam shanti. A peace which never ends. So if you start leading a spiritual life, you can experience Satyuga in your life for sure. Yes, next.
The next question is from Pramod. I feel I am connected. How to ensure this connection? So the learner is asked that how he has the assurance that he is connected with the God.
Yes.
So is there any way?
Yes. So, A, B, C, D formula, I tell you. Simple formula. A stands for association. Remain in the association of people who lead a healthy spiritual life. That is the beginning point. Right? Like, for example, if you stay in the association of people who drink, you start drinking very soon. If you stay in the association of people who smoke, very soon you'll have cigarette in your hands, in your fingers. Yes. Similarly, when you are in the association of people who follow a very regulated life, spiritual life, you will start developing same desires. संगात संजायते कामः. जिस तरह का एसोसिएशन होता है वैसी मन में इच्छाएं उत्पन्न होती. So one is you to find the right association. Second, B is you have to study our age-old scriptures, books. B for books like Bhagavad Gita, or B for Bhagavad Gita. Let me put it that way. You must understand, read Bhagavad Gita under guidance. Bhagavad Gita is not a sectarian book. It is a universal knowledge. That's why it is published in more than 90 languages. That's why everybody across the world is reading Bhagavad Gita. That's why it is being taught in institutes like IIMs to train future corporate managers. Okay? I take Bhagavad Gita sessions in different colleges like IITs, NITs. So you will find value in Bhagavad Gita because it is universal, applicable to everybody. Abdul Kalam Azad read it, Mahatma Gandhi read it, Einstein read it. Okay. So all great leaders have read. Mahatma Gandhi read it. So they read it. This is B. And C is in Kali Yuga, for example, if you are in a place, certain place which has certain climatic conditions, you are given a certain specific medicine. Correct? If you change your place, your medicine also changes. Similarly, in Kali Yuga, there is a specific medicine prescribed in our scriptures, which is chanting or mantra meditation. This is the medicine for this age of Kali Yuga. No other medicine will work. Right? So you have to learn how to chant, what to do while chanting, what not to do. So you have to, this is like an exercise of mind. When you chant, you have to focus your mind on what you chant. So your mind becomes stable, mind becomes free of all negativity, mind becomes free of all, unhealthy, thoughts going, across your mind. So to purify your mind, you have to chant and meditate on the sound vibration. And D is in terms of what we eat. The food what we eat also defines our thoughts. Right? So there are certain guidelines regarding what kind of food we should eat. जैसा हम खाना खाते हैं, जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. सुना है आपने? जिस तरह का अन्न खाते हैं वैसे हमारे मन में विचार उत्पन्न होते हैं. So one has to be careful about eating also in a very regulated manner. So if you have these 4 A, B, C, D in your life, means you're connected. To answer your question. Right? Connected physically with people who are connected with Lord, connected intellectually by reading Bhagavad Gita, connected mentally by mantra meditation. Yeah, so all 3 things are connected. Okay, next question.
Sir, the next question is from Shivani Solanki. She is asking that I'm so afraid of being alone in this, and this is the only problem of her life.
I am so afraid of being alone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So find association. Don't remain alone. Get along with, people who have healthy thoughts, healthy, regulated life. Then you feel inspired. What we need in life is inspiration. Correct? Everybody has the same level of capacity. Everybody has the same level of time, 24 hours at one's disposal. What we all need is a very healthy inspiration, and the source of inspiration is association. So find right set of people and associate with them. Then you'll never be afraid. And you'll find a way, even when you're alone, how to stay with the Lord, how to, always remember the Lord. You'll never feel alone. One characteristics of spiritual people is they are unafraid. They are fearless. Every moment. So you'll discover that yourself. Okay. So start taking baby steps in your spiritual life. And the first step is find the right association. Yes, Shivani ji? Does it answer your question? Next.
So now, thank you. I hope I have entertained all the learners' queries now, and we have flowed the theme to the learners. Please fill this feedback form. And now I request Dr. Arvind Kumar Singh, Director of Center for Distance and Online Education, VGU Jaipur, for giving a vote of thanks to our guest speaker, Prabhu Madan Govindalji.
Thank you, Dr. Priya. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It was a privilege. I can feel that I am spiritually recharged now. Sometime, as you clearly mentioned the thing, first on behalf of the university, I pleasure that we were able to host you. Your divine presence, the word of wisdom has really recharged everybody. I was hoping something is going to be extraordinary, and we have witnessed the same. And I am very thankful to all the learners who were in this online session and they were fully engaged in the session. That shows the beauty of the word of wisdom, whatever you have used there, the Krishna consciousness, the true meaning of being happy in the life. How do we can connect our mind, body, soul with each other, all the concept, whether they are ABCD or it was about the 4 yugas. All of these things are too much relevant in this. I don't know what to say. The word is beyond the expectations of yours. We are truly grateful the services you are offering, and this was just a beginning. We can say a spark for all the learners who joined us, who are going to start their academic journey with us. I hope that all of them will be connected to their roots. They will be connected to the spirituality, to the Lord, to the God. And in future, we'll hope to invite you into the campus as well as in these online sessions so that we can time to time get ourselves recharged, just like a mobile battery. So thank you once again. And we are really humble, grateful towards you. And I just want to present a appreciation of our organization in form of a e-token, though it is a little materialistic thing, but in form of a e-gratitude. Sir, please accept it. And I'll also very thankful to the ESCON family that they have somewhere down the line given us this wonderful opportunity to call you, host you in this e-platform. Thank you, sir.
It's all my pleasure. Thank you very much.
All of learners are supposed to fill the feedback forms. And if you have any query which we were not able to cater due to the duration of this online session, please share that with us. Try to pass those questions to the Prabhuji so that we can get the answers of your questions and we can have a connection in future also. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure interacting with all of you. Wonderful audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much.